do you want to get higher quality women? Do you want to up the results that you're getting? Do you want to get women that you connect with more, that you're more attracted to? Okay, this is a huge goal when I talk to guys. And I ask my students, I'm like, what's your biggest goal? What do you want to accomplish in your dating life? One of the number one goals that I get from guys is I want to get higher quality women. I want to get a woman that I choose, that I like, that I'm really excited about. I want to get a higher quality woman. So I wrote down, and I have 4 steps and 4 things you could do to up your game, right? 4 things you could do to get higher quality women in your life. And without further ado, let's jump right into them. So the first thing that I have on here for you to get higher quality women is to use a bigger bait. Okay, and I'm gonna use a fishing analogy. I think dating is so much like fishing, man. It's so crazy. I like fishing, and it's so related. Okay, so let's say you're going to a lake and there's fish in the lake, okay? And you throwing out a lure to catch the fish, right? Or a bait. You're throwing out a bait to catch the fish. If you want to catch a big fish, you want to catch a keeper, right? A big fish, you have to use a bigger bait. And the reason you have to use a bigger bait is all the little fish that you could catch and be wasting your time on aren't going to bite the bigger bait, right? This bait is specific. This is a specific bait for that bigger fish. This is a specific bait for that keeper, okay? And this is a bait that, like I said, the little ones aren't going to bite. And now, how does this relate to your dating life? The bait is you, okay? The bait is you. I have guys come to me and they're like, I want a girl who looks like this, and they like, supermodel girl, maybe fit, really lean and in shape. And then I'll see the guy, he's got a beer belly and he doesn't work out and he looks like crap. And they'll say, I want a girl who's X, who's Y, who's Z. I want somebody who's going to support me, who's this and this, that. And then I know that like this guy may not love and support his friends, right? And doesn't support other people as much as well. The thing is, you have to become the qualities that you want to find in somebody else, okay? If you want to find, so for example, let's say I want to find a woman who is in really good shape and really healthy, who is career driven, has a good career, that's one I get from guys, has a really good sense of humor. If you're not fit and healthy and you're in crappy shape, that's not going to work. You need to get in shape and build your bait, get bigger, right? If you don't have your career in line and don't love that and whatever, and you're not successful, why would a successful woman want to be with someone who's not, right? If you don't have a sense of humor and you're not funny, why would someone else? You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying here? You need to build yourself up and become that person that has those qualities, that bigger, more attractive bait to attract somebody else. You don't have to go so crazy on this. If you have some skills and work on yourself, you can bat out of your league or whatever like that. But like some guys used to say, if you want a 10, you need to become a 10. It's not the worst advice in the world, man. It's not that bad advice. I actually like it. And I'll tell you what, the better person I've become, and here's a correlation to this. When I wasn't that great of a person, I didn't have great friends, right? I definitely didn't get great women. I didn't have any before I started this. But as I become a greater person and a greater friend, as I've become a greater friend, I have greater friends, okay? And as you become a better lover and a better, better with women, you're going to find better women as well too. So you need to increase your bait and become a bigger bait so you can attract the bigger fish. Okay, so that's a really big one. Don't look past that. You can't just say I want all these things from women, but you're not bringing anything to the table either. So use a bigger bait. The second thing that you can do to get higher quality women, and that you have to do, is you have to define exactly what you want. Okay, with anything in life, you have to define what you want, and then you can work backwards to find a game plan. So here's an example. Let's say you want to find a girlfriend who is whatever, right? So you write down, I tell guys all the time, write down the qualities that you want in a girl, okay? You want to find a girlfriend or someone who's really quality. What is a high quality person to you? Because my definition of what's a high quality girl may be very different than you. Some guy may want the girl next door who's never touched a guy before, and she's a little, a virgin girl who's sweet and timid, is just going to stay home and cook for them. That kind of girl turns me off completely. I hate a girl who's got no experience in a small town and all that stuff. that's not me. And timid, that's not me, right? But it may be you, right? So for you, you have to define what it is that you want. Come up with those things and list out what those are and picture that dream girl. Now from there, what you could do is take those qualities and start to ask yourself, where would that girl be? Where would I find that type of girl? Like, I know if I was looking for a girlfriend, you could, and here's the thing too, you could find these type of girls anywhere. I have this conversation all the time with guys. You know, I've found girls who are from every walk of life, awesome to not awesome, whatever, in bars and clubs and everywhere else. So you got to get out, and you may just have to screen more to find that girl that you're more into. But you can absolutely, if you like, I know a friend of mine, he likes girls who have like a yoga body or are into yoga. So you better believe this guy should go to yoga classes and get into the yoga community to find this girl. But I asked him that question, what type of girl do you like? What's your type? And that was one of his things that he really liked. So with that, you can now use that to find the woman that you're attracted to. So you have to have a clear picture of what a high quality woman is for you, so you can start to fishing. You could start fishing in the ponds where those type of women hang out. So that's where those type of fish swim. So that's very, very important. And that's actually, it's funny I said that because that's the third point I have in this video, is fish in that pond, okay? Go to that pond, that type of girl that you like. What type of pond do you have to fish in to find that girl? I'm killing the fishing analogies today, man. This is awesome. Fish in the pond where that type of girl hangs out. I just hammered this point. I don't have to hammer it anymore, but let's start from the beginning again. Use a bigger bait, become a bigger bait yourself. Define exactly what you want, and then find where that type of girl is, and then fish in that pond. That's the third thing. And the fourth thing, and the last thing I have on here, is to make a promise to yourself. Okay, make a promise to yourself that I want to find a higher quality woman. I want to go after that type of woman. And what you're going to have to do in general, you know, you could still date and get to know some other people. And look, you know, you got to have some feminine energy and have some intimacy and some other things too, and that's okay to do that and meet women and have and do all that. That's totally fine. But you have to make a promise to yourself that you know what you're going for, and you have to make a commitment to it. You're going to have to go to that yoga class. You're going to have to make sure, here's another one too, you're going to have to make sure that you approach those girls that you're really into, okay? I remember back in the day when I first started, I was a couple years in, my buddy's like, you know, we never really meet girls that are really attractive, that we really like, you know, and whatever. And I'm like, well, how many of those girls do we approach? And my buddy was like, well, we really don't. And I was like, okay, well, like, let's make a promise to ourselves that the girls that we see in the venue that we're really attracted to and we really want to get to know, let's promise ourselves that every night when we see them, we're going to approach them, okay? Plain and simple. Make a commitment to yourself that you know what your goal is, and you're gonna take action and go for that, okay? Like I said, if you located that girl in that pond, you're gonna go do some fishing there, okay? If you know what type of girl you're like, when you see her, you're gonna commit yourself to approaching her, and you're gonna put some energy into those girls you want. And if girls don't fit into that category, and you're not vibing with them, and they don't have those things that you're looking for, that you don't think are quality enough, then don't waste your time, man. All the time you're wasting on girls that you're not really into, you could spend on someone else. I mean, girls are ruthless like this, okay? They definitely do this. Girls will find a guy they like more and they think is higher quality. They're done with you. They'll go right on to him because they're very keen on their time. And yeah, it's ruthless or whatever, but it's your life. At the end of your life, you have to do what you have to. I was out last night and I was talking to some girls. I was with my buddy and I was kind of winging him. We're just warming up. We're with a group of girls. And then I saw another girl I was more attracted to. And as I was talking to these other girls, I left them and I went and approached the other girl I was more attracted to. Look, it's my life. I made a promise to myself. I'm going to go for the girls that I'm into. So yeah, like, I had to do it. I had to leave this one and go for the one that I want. So I want you as well to make a promise to yourself. If you want higher quality women, then devote yourself to becoming a bigger bait, to defining what that woman is, to finding out where that woman would be. And when you see that woman, to approaching her and giving yourself a shot. That's all you got to do. Give yourself a shot with the quality of women that you want. Make yourself a better man, make yourself a bigger bait, and I guarantee if you take the action, make that promise to yourself, become the bigger bait, fish in that pond, then you'll definitely get the higher quality women that you're going after. I know because I've done it in my life, and I've had students do it and everybody else too, so this will definitely work out for you. Give it a shot. If you have any questions for me, just add them to the comments below.